So we have another character with a scooter. I don't know if it's motorized or battery operated, standing right here in my hallway, trying to jimmy the lock on the apartment 4. I don't even know if the landlord's rented it out. Who knows? It's the end of the month, April. Why they would let somebody move in this early, I don't know, but here we are. I just had the cops here because somebody else came up to my door. So my door chimed and they came up the steps through the front door. They must have had the front door key or somebody let them in. I don't know if they're inside now or not. I didn't see the door. I see something shining there. Since the cop closed the back door, like pushed it from the outside shut tight. So it wouldn't, I was just getting ready to call Charles Weller from zoning and let him know that the cops closed it. So where this guy disappeared to, he didn't bring no furniture, no luggage, just an e-bike, like one of those little pedal. It's not non-pedal though. It's a kind of like a skateboard type. You kick it. I don't know if it has an engine on it, but so he's now in that apartment. He didn't go back down. He's still up in my hallway, or he jimmied the lock and got into apartment 4, which he has to have the key to because it has the deadbolt is on it. So if he did make it in there, which I can't see right now, wait, nope, there he is. Sam, did you see that streak of light? He's over here somewhere. So I'm going to have to call the cops again. I just want to make sure I get him on video if he comes back out. He's just sitting back there in the hallway. He could be waiting for the landlord. It could be something innocent as that. Oh, here he comes. Or he could be, I don't know. Nope, there he goes. And he's carrying his backpack and his e-bike with him, or whatever that thing is. I thought it was a scooter. So they're playing hard with my cameras. He didn't open the back door, which that's what I thought he was going to do, but he didn't. And he checked out the apartment 4. Now I have a screw driven into the trim around the frame of the door and rope tying the apartment 4 shut. It's also locked, both handle and the deadbolt. So you seen how he just walked in and out of here, stood back in his hallway for 5 minutes, probably to see if I was going to call the cops. And which way did he go, George? Let's see. Oh, this one. Is that him there? I believe. Oh, shit. Come on. There you go. I believe that might be the guy that was just up here. He's texting someone now. Let me hit the zoom on this sucker, if I can find my cursor. That might be him there, leaving there, right there. I don't know. I think that looks more like him than this guy. I don't know. I can't tell. I can't see to begin with, and my zoom ain't working right. Well, it ain't working. I can't. No, that's not. Does he have a backpack on? Yeah, I think he does. I didn't see him have a hoodie, and it didn't look like a bike he was carrying. It looked more like that guy walking up the street leaving. So who knows? Somebody could be checking out that apartment. And of course, the landlords don't tell you. It's shock and awe. Here we are. Bam. You don't know if he's a burglar. So I just called the cops like less than 10 minutes ago. They just left and shut the back door finally. As you can see, it's dark as shit back in there now. Just the sign's lit up. The exit sign. So that's the second time they've tried out the apartment or tried to get up here, and the apartment's locked. What's to say? A locked door? Who shows an apartment with a locked door you can't get into? Usually when you show an apartment, you show the bedroom, the kitchen, the bathroom, the living room, the square space, and the windows, right? No, not these people. They show the locked door. Here, go look at it. It should be open just to agitate you, just to make you call the cops. Well, the good thing that came of it is the cop said he was going to notify the drug task force because of the people downstairs, these nuts, and all the in and out backpacker activity. They're either running a better breakfast or they're muling drugs here. So, yeah, inadvertently, by doing all that, they got themselves put on the watch list. The cop said he's going to pass on the information. I showed him my YouTube page. Once again, I showed him. Is that the guy? That ain't the guy. That's a white kid, it looks like. And I showed him that I was posting things to the Pottstown Police website, videos and other things of them, with an admission of guilt. They tried to block my camera with a sheet. While they were letting another backpacker up into their room, and I filmed it. I yelled because they could hear me and I could hear them. That's how unacoustically sound this building is. I can hear a mouse peeing on cotton downstairs. I said, "I'm calling the cops now." And then she moved out of the way. That's when I could see the backpacker go up in. But at first she was trying to block it with a moo dress. I don't know what you want to call it. It looked like she poked a head hole through a sheet and wore it as a dress. That's what it looked like to me. And she was big enough to wear it, too. It was tight on her. So, anyway, I have that video in my playlist if you want to watch that. But that's an admission of guilt. Why would, if you were doing things on the up and up, why would you have to hide it with a sheet? Criminal activity. So she made herself look very guilty there. With that said, nom, 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 nom. We'll get on with our day. But that's the second gentleman. The first one burst through the back door, came up to my door, boom, 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 boom. I'm like, who is it? What do you want? I'm here to see the apartment. Well, you ain't seeing my apartment. I live here. So what are you doing at my door? That's the first thing I said to him. Well, which apartment's open? I said, no, none of them are open. I said, apartment 4 is empty, and number 2 downstairs is empty. So what are you doing at my door? The landlord gave me this address and told me to come. I said, yeah, he looks like the homo that lives next door. But anyway, he's always wearing a green jersey, football jersey. But anyway, bald head. But I think this guy was wearing a hat, I think. And who comes in the back? Who comes up the fire escape to look at an apartment? And crashes through the back door. So I called the cops on his dumb ass. Of course, he ran immediately. He was out the back door so fast it looked like he was on fire. But I did capture him on this video. That's right under my door toward that back door, and this is the back door. So I was filming this as he was coming in here, being on film here. So I showed the police officer both videos. They said they're going to watch for him. And they're also going to get the drug task force after these fucking nitwits downstairs. So anything they got planned upstairs and downstairs, if they're getting their buddies to, move in so they can truck up and down the steps too and fuck with my cameras and fuck with me. No, here comes the cops. Every fucking 10 minutes if I have to. Here comes the cops. So it's not going to be pretty. That old saying, it's got to get a hell of a lot worse before it gets a hell of a lot better. So here it comes, guys. So this is the second nitwit that's come in here looking at this apartment, which is locked. So why would you come up all the way up the steps to look at a locked door and then stand in the hallway for 5 minutes and then leave? Why would you do that? Okay, unless you're a criminal looking for a way in.